Laten we er meteen aan beginnen. Unified Operations en het luik Digital Twin en Asset Information, waar Corné de diepte ingaat. Oké, laten we even zo van scène schetsen en laten we het hebben over SCADA. AVEVA, en in de voormalige namen, voordat het AVEVA was. AVEVA is zeer bekend op vlak van SCADA. Er zijn 6 SCADA-systemen in het portfolio van AVEVA, dus we staan daar zeer om gekend. En binnen de industrie is SCADA natuurlijk een belangrijke bouwsteen. Laten we zeggen een essentiële bouwsteen binnen industrial automation. En dat zal niet meteen veranderen. Maar natuurlijk, SCADA alleen is niet meer genoeg. Laat ons duidelijk zijn, ik denk dat het min of meer een binnenkoppertje is. Anders zouden we hier niet allemaal vandaag samen zijn om het over industrial software te hebben. Dus SCADA is niet meer genoeg. Waarom? Omdat sinds begin van dit millennium eigenlijk onze manier van werken in de industrie toch aanzienlijk veranderd is. We zijn anders gaan werken omwille van andere standaarden, andere normen, wetgeving is veranderd, noem maar op. Op vlak van veiligheid, traceerbaarheid, maar ook milieu worden er andere dingen gevraagd van de industrie. Maar ook, zoals het hier staat, er staan hier van alle systemen op de slide. Er zijn veel meer systemen bijgekomen sinds het begin van dit millennium. Op vlak van IT, zeker ook op vlak van OT. Dat is wat ons hier vandaag samenbrengt. Maar ook op het vlak van IT, waar zo dadelijk Corné iets meer over gaat vertellen. IT staat voor Engineering Technology, dus dat is zijn core competence. Dus al die verschillende systemen, die zijn erbij gekomen en dat maakt natuurlijk ook dat we anders zijn gaan werken. Maar de komende 10 jaar, en we voelen dat eigenlijk nu al zo'n beetje aan sinds COVID, gaat onze manier van werken nog fundamenteler veranderen. En daarbij, we hebben daarnet de presentatie van David gevolgd. Ik ben natuurlijk van sales, dus ik moet het ook ietsjes anders brengen. We moeten het juist in balans brengen. Daarbij claimen wij als AVEVA en AVEVA Select dat er een aantal drivers zullen zijn die zullen bijdragen tot het vergemakkelijken van die andere manier van werken de komende 10 jaren. Dus dat zal cloud zijn, een stukje AI, David, mits de juiste begeleiding. Maar ook IoT, big data, dat zijn allemaal technologieën die hun bijdrage zullen leveren. Nu, wat gaat er veel belangrijker zijn dan al die verschillende technologieën allemaal gaan bij wijze van spreken gebruiken in het moeras der verzwolgen IT-OT-projecten? Dat was het. Oké, ik heb opgelet. Wat nog veel belangrijker gaat zijn, dat is eigenlijk fundamenteel waarde halen uit data. Dus dat gaat veel belangrijker zijn dan zomaar projectimplementaties gaan doen. Dus wat gaan we met die data doen? We gaan daar natuurlijk beslissingskracht aan moeten koppelen. We gaan dat tot beslissingsklare informatie moeten maken en er moet het een en het ander voor gebeuren. Maar veel bedrijven hebben natuurlijk nog te kampen met technologische silo's, operationele silo's. Dat maakt dat het samenwerken ook natuurlijk niet zo vlot gaat. Het samenwerken tussen systemen, maar ook het samenwerken tussen medewerkers. En nu kunnen we zeggen, oké, wat gaan we dan de komende jaren doen? Gaan we dat allemaal een beetje zoals Star Trek, waarbij dat een schip of een space station gemanaged wordt door één centrale computer, één centraal systeem en dat gaat alles doen. Is dat nu de oplossing? Waarschijnlijk niet. Waarom niet? Omdat we zowel blue collars als white collars op de werkvloer tot, ik zal maar zeggen, administratie, management, directie. We hebben toch nog steeds onze eigen specifieke tools nodig voor onze functie, voor onze job, afhankelijk van ons takenpakket. En het takenpakket natuurlijk dat verbreedt met de dag. En dus daarvoor hebben we natuurlijk nog steeds onze eigen tooling nodig, maar ook steeds meer inzicht en contextualisatie. Dus het is toch essentieel om die dingen ook meer en meer samen te brengen. Maar de essentie blijft, hoe halen we waarde eruit en hoe kunnen we dat natuurlijk gaan omzetten tot beslissingsklare informatie. Wat hebben we daarvoor nodig? We hebben er een aantal dingen voor nodig. We hebben er enerzijds, en David heeft dat ook al min of meer aangestipt, hebben we betrouwbare databronnen nodig. We hebben de juiste context nodig. En dan is de vraag, wat is de juiste context? Dus daar hebben we ook natuurlijk de juiste toetsing voor nodig, de juiste experts voor nodig. We hebben een zeer goede definitie nodig van de KPI's, de metrics. En hoe gaan we die meten? Dat is ook een zeer belangrijke oefening. En dan vooral het stukje change, wat David ook daarnet aankaartte. Dat is een zeer belangrijk stuk. We moeten de informatie ook visueel expliciet maken. Hè. Dus om de medewerker te helpen om de juiste beslissingen te nemen. En daarbij moeten we het, zeker niet te vergeten, de informatie ook beschikbaar maken. Hè, dus informatie die niet beschikbaar is, kunnen we natuurlijk ook niet gebruiken. Nu, we hebben over heel veel gesproken. Laten we nu eventjes inzoomen op het stukje digital twin. Wat dat de komende jaren kan bijdragen vanaf nu te bestaan. Hè, want we vertrekken eigenlijk niet vanaf scratch. En hoe we dat dan kunnen overzetten in het gebruik van asset information. Corné, alsjeblieft.
Dank u wel. Omar has already hinted to this and the importance of infusing information from different sources. My background, more on the engineering side, using the AVEVA engineering and E3D and more 3D engineering tools in practice and in the industry. And we've been seeing quite often that as the markets change, there's a need to infuse your operations information with your engineering information. You can just think about the decisions that engineers, project managers need to make on a daily basis. So AVEVA has a whole pack of solutions, as we already hinted to today. Quite easily, you can access your assets digital twin environment from a AVEVA Connect platform or a hybrid or a localized environment. In this session, we'll be focusing on the industrial asset information management layer. And that we see as the foundation layer of bringing together your information at the end of the day to better manage your asset lifecycle, because that's why we are here. So, what is a digital twin? Well, I can probably ask 5 different people, and we'll probably get 20 different opinions. Here at AVEVA, we use 2 standard definitions on defining the digital twin, and that is the Gartner definition as well as the Deloitte definition, where the digital twin is a virtual or digital representation of the real-world entity that is able to assist you with your operations, maintenance, and tagged and data information in a contextualized way. Very important, a digital twin should be able to evolve and grow over time. Because as your asset evolves over time, going from initial EPC or conceptual design to operations to operation phase, the digital twin can be used in each of those phases. AVEVA has a digital transformation plan, and that is focused around the connected worker. The connected worker in approach is bringing together collaboration between different engineers, project managers, and different disciplines that make use of the technology. And also to improve the learning environment that the end user at the end of the day uses, as well as guidance on making decisions. And a digital platform or digital twin is the centralized core of that. So, let's look a bit deeper into the asset and the digital asset. So let's look at a physical plant. This could be a chemical plant, a food and beverage factory, a waterschap, a power plant. A digital asset or a digital twin is the virtual or digital representation of that. So normally in a cloud or a localized platform, which is based on a standard. So we'll also dig deeper into these standards, but this is a critical and important factor of using or looking into a digital asset. And then as we define it, a digital asset should be able to give you insight into your structured, unstructured, your real-time information, as well as other transactional information that you have, that your business has on your asset, because we are here to optimally manage the asset. So why digital twin? And that has to do with the digital maturity. Are we as industrial leaders there yet in managing the way we do work? Let's compare ourselves to the consumer world. Say, for instance, you are opening a Google Maps app on your phone, and you want to see a restaurant in the area that you are. So from Google Maps, you can open a website for, say, an Indian restaurant or a Panakukais in your vicinity. You can see the menu, you can book a reservation or make a reservation, and you can also get directions from a single platform quite easy. Why don't we do the same in the industrial world? And that is that's where the digital twin comes in, because we are sitting on a gold mine of information in the form of documents, in the form of 3D models, in the form of plant and instrumentation diagrams, you name it. So let's look at some of the general challenges that the industry currently faces. So lots of information, maybe you have lots of information, but it's so distributed and over different sources, you are not using a standardized approach in looking at your data. Maybe you have sufficient data, but is it enough? Are you measuring your information on your asset according to an industry standard? Looking at information handover as an owner-operator and when you're doing optimization of your plant, can you share contextualized as well as engineering and operations information on your current plant environment when you want to optimize with the contractor? When it comes to decision making, do you have a centralized repository or platform where you can access everything at hand, similar to like we've done in the consumer world? So some research has showed us that up to 30 to 45% of time could be wasted in finding information. Big organizations have hinted that they could be losing around $15 million per annum in just finding information or getting information. You can also look at the other side. If you have the information, is it of good quality? Is it complete? And 10 to 30% of organizations lose money and lose time in integrating the information that they have from the different sources. So let's look at the solution. AVEVA Asset Information Management. As we already hinted, a solution bringing together your information from different sources, enabling your engineers, operators, maintenance personnel to make informed decisions, accessing centralized data, accessing all your information from a centralized repository, and making decisions based on insights, maybe infusing your digital twin with artificial intelligence and machine learning. So how does asset information management work? The first very important thing of it is your organization or the organization that wants to introduce the digital twin needs to have the information already. It's quite an important aspect of it, having your engineering information, having your operations information already in some format or some tool or other application that you have already. So the system uses gateways where it collects the information from the different sources. It also collects your information from your information standards manager. But how does it do this? And that is based on the tag. So you have, for instance, let's take, for instance, a pump. What do you have on your pump? You have your tags on a bearing, say, for instance, on the bearing temperatures or on the bearings. But you also could be having tagged information of that pump in a 3D model, an intelligent 3D model, or an intelligent PNID. Or you have operations data on that tag. Why not bring it together? And that's where the gateways make the difference. They search based on a tag through your whole list of information. And this solution can be scaled into a platform up to 1 million tags, like big industries have already, which adopted this technology, have already seen. And then very important, as the end user, having a visualized platform, a dashboard, contextualizing your information. So from a 3D model, I can open up my content card and access all related 1D, 2D, 3D, point cloud information from within a certain view that I'm in. And the next step, having a report on the data that you have on your asset. And this report is measured on the standard, which we'll be speaking in the next slide quite in depth about. So the system guides you to how complete is the information that you have on your asset. And then as the end goal, you can infuse this technology with predictive analytics or AVEVA Insight, advanced analytics, as well as other third-party technologies out there, as AVEVA, as you know, is agnostic to not just using AVEVA technologies, but other technologies as well. So it can integrate and giving you insights into your data. So we've hinted to the core of asset information management, and that is the information standards manager. with three core pillars around Information Standards Manager is the information governance, configuration management, and information modeling. And all of this information is built around your class libraries. So these class libraries or standards could be based on an industry standard like CFIOS, as developed by Shell and 70 other major global companies, which also could align to your ISO 15926 standard. The system allows you to build corresponding identifiers between the different standards that you have. So to put that into context, as an organization or owner-operator, you are maybe using a specific standard that you work on and have the information on your asset. But a contractor, maybe they're using a different standard. So this information standards management solution allows you to put that different standards on a tag into context and link it. So when you're importing from one solution which uses ATEX or API, that speaks to what you have in your CFIOS standard. So the class libraries is where you'll define your specific taxonomy, your naming rules, which attributes is important for your asset, as well as the units of measure you're going to consider. At the end of the day, we want to enable the digital continuity across your asset lifecycle and acting as the digital register across multiple applications. So bringing the information from all over. And how do we do this? And that is seen through the digital thread that you link your unstructured data through tagged information to enable value, being able to search for information from a browse menu, from a search power search, contextualized through an asset hierarchy or based on a tag by discipline or a tag by type. Now you're interested in this technology, but at which stage of your asset lifecycle can you introduce a digital twin? Well, always very good at the beginning because you already have the initial information. But you'll see in this diagram that the digital twin or the asset information management solution can be used in each aspect from business development when you still are contextualizing or identifying the market lead. You have maybe built a similar plant or facility. You have the blueprints that can be used as your starting point for your digital twin. Throughout your front-end engineering design, your EPC, your engineers, your project management team is able to get insight and oversight on what the other disciplines, the completeness of their data, and put that into context using the digital twin dashboards. And at the end of the day, when you need to package all of this engineering or EPC data, the system allows you to package that, hand over to operations, where it can be infused with your live data. So some of the recent AVEVA digital twin deployments. So KBR has implemented the digital twin, the digital asset information management solution. Chevron has also had a global rollout of AVEVA asset information management. And Shell is currently implementing a full-scale implementation of asset information management due to different IT structures that they have. So they've seen the need to have a centralized repository for the different plants and different plant areas to access the data. So to look at some of the proven successes in different industries, asset information management has been used in the water industry successfully, where Veolia saw a 20% increase in efficiency. The oil and gas industry has implemented a digital twin. McDermott uses the digital twin in their EPC phase, which assists with handover at the end of the day to the owner-operator. And then Southern Company in the US has infused their digital twin with predictive analytics, where they save 4.5 million on early warning detection catches. So in the following video, I'll be introducing some of the core aspects from the solution in the following demonstration. So you can quite easily access your digital twin and your asset your information standards manager from the AVEVA Connect environment. When opening this platform, you are presented with a dashboard. This can be specific to your industry, specific to a dashboard that you have. From the left-hand side, you can access reports on the completeness of your data. Remember, these reports are critical and aligned with your standards manager. You can see the compliant information of your current data. And also you can point to the current issues that you have on your data. The system allows you to package information from different sources, adding it in a basket, and then zipping that up and allow you to share that information with different disciplines, different contractors, to get insight to different parts that they want access to. From the Browse menu, you can access different asset hierarchies. You can open up a specific tagged information on a pump, see all your pumps information again in context. You can also use the Power Search with advanced search capabilities to search for a specific asset. When opening this dashboard, you are presented with your metadata, your static engineering information, your attributes, your ATEX groups, your certification on your asset, which is critical if you're considering governance. You can also obviously get insight into your physical information, like your weight of your asset. To the right side of your screen, you can contextualize real-time information, 1D documents, 2D documents, or 3D models on your asset. 3D models could also be in the form of point cloud. So here we can see we can open up a 2D information diagram, or PNID, where this PNID is an intelligent PNID. I can navigate in this PNID, I can access different assets, and to the left-hand side, or right-hand side, you have your content card, where you can access your related documents and information from within a PNID document. Here I'm accessing the 3D model from within the PNID model on my specific asset. So just think about how you can use this to make decisions, operations decisions, also influencing maintenance. On my 3D model, I have my content card where I can get insight into my live data. Here we have a pie dashboard showing us information on our pump. We can get some insight into the current status, maintenance information. We can also see our analytics and trends on our asset. So here we can see that we have some issues on bearing temperatures. We can see that the efficiency is down. You can also get insights into your events, your alarms and events on your asset, in this case showing that something is wrong on the bearing temperatures. You don't really know what yet, but the system, that's what makes it beautiful. You're able to access all the information from here. I can then navigate back to my asset information management dashboard and get insight into my predictive analytics, my insight into how much time do I have, when will my asset fail, what will be the causes of my failure. A single model residual shows me the current health of my asset, and I'm able to dig deeper into root cause analysis on failure mechanisms. The system gives me a description of my fault. It also guides me to next steps. What can I do as quick wins? What can I do to resolve this issue? Or maybe do I need to take this specific piece of equipment out of service and put the standby equipment into service? You can also see how the fault diagnostics has been developed and built through the fault tree visualization. So how did the system come across this analytics and information on what the failure is? And then, as we indicated, you can forecast into the future, select a part of the trend, whereafter the system uses deep learning to analyze your data and project with risk analysis into the future, how much time do I have before I will reach an impending failure? You're also able to change your failure limit on the fly, or you can have default values. So in this case, we can see that we have a few days when we'll reach that specific failure. Now I know what's wrong. Now I can act. So the next step is to go back to our digital twin or our digital dashboard on our pump. So going back to the digital twin, you're able to see risk analysis documents, you're able to see your general arrangement documents, you're able to see your 1D information in context that will assist you with your decision making on your pump. In this case, I'm opening a general risk assessment. Hotspotted, all assets in it can be accessed, you can access their content code and related information from within the 1D document. And then quite easily you can access your CMMS system, in this case, LIML system, but this could be your SAP system, to generate that work order request. So going from asset dashboard, making decisions, having information at one hand. Thank you. Omar, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And so the stakeholders basically are beyond engineering, it's operations, it's maintenance, it can be facility management as well. So, oké, wonderful. Om terug over te gaan naar het Nederlands, want dat is een beetje het bruggetje wat ik wil maken naar het hoger liggend systeem. Ik had het er straks over de technologische silo's, de operationele silo's. En ik had het over die potentiële ideale oplossing. Nu, wat is die potentiële ideale oplossing? Ja, dat gaat een hoger liggend systeem zijn dat uw bestaande systemen niet zozeer gaat vervangen, maar wel gebruik gaat maken van wat er al bestaat aan technologiestak, aan werkprocessen, noem maar op. En eigenlijk daarboven een inzicht gaat creëren. Een soort van leverage met een bredere context, waarbij u de mogelijkheid heeft om in te zoomen op data, vanuit een bird's eye view, om zo echt te gaan weten, wat is hier nu de juiste situatie? Op welke data of informatie berust ik? Is die correct, ja of nee? En hoe kan ik nu een werkproces lanceren om een mogelijk probleem of een abnormale situatie te verhelpen? En dus zulke systemen die bestaan al de dag van vandaag. En AVEVA heeft daar een antwoord op. Zijn de AVEVA Unified Operations. Daar straks de eerste presentatie tijdens de allereerste introductie hebben we het gehad over AVEVA Operations Center, AOC. Dit is dan UOC, het Unified Operations Center. En dat bouwt eigenlijk verder op wat Erik daar straks heeft uitgelegd. Dus er zijn verschillende puntoplossingen en bredere geïntegreerde oplossingen, platformen die al bestaan binnen het AVEVA-portfolio. En eigenlijk het Unified Operations Center gaat er verder gebruik van maken om dus bepaalde KPI's, operationele overviews, een soort van bird's eye view van operations te geven, om dan eigenlijk de mogelijkheid te bieden aan de verschillende gebruikers, of ze nu field users zijn of mensen die een soort van remote werk uitvoeren, of ze nu in het kantoor zitten en daar inzichten willen verwerven, kunnen ze eigenlijk downdrillen op de specifieke zaken die ze verder willen gaan analyseren en uitzoeken, om dan, zoals gezegd ook weer al, taken en werkprocessen te gaan lanceren. Daarbij is het natuurlijk ook belangrijk om een goed alarmmanagement en notificatiemanagement te hebben. Dus dat maakt ook deel uit van Unified Operations Center. En AVEVA heeft natuurlijk niet gewoon gezegd, ja kijk, dit is een bundel van software dat we onder één noemer gaan stoppen, zijnde UOC. Het gaat veel verder dan dat. AVEVA heeft er ook voor gezorgd dat de eindgebruikers met dan desbetreffende partners, onze System Integrator partners, dit soort systeem ook sneller kunnen gaan implementeren. Er is een ganse industrial library uitgebouwd, waarbij men dus kan gebruik gaan maken van een aantal building blocks die AVEVA voorzien heeft, door middel van verschillende projecten wereldwijd, in verschillende marktsegmenten, om het te gaan versoepelen. Dus bekijk het eerder als een enterprise-level systeem dat bestaat op de huidige technologie-stack die u al heeft, om daar verder, ik zal maar zeggen, de datasilo's en ook de operationele silo's weg te halen. En zo heeft AVEVA er een aantal van ontwikkeld, van die Unified Operations Center. Dus hier hebben we een voorbeeld van specifiek voor datacenters. En dus we hadden het net nog als afsluiter een beetje rond facility management. Dus in het kader van datacenters gaat het dan eerder over facility management, maintenance, etc. We hebben een UOC voor cities of smart cities. Er is een UOC voor renewable energy, dus zowel windmolenparken als solarparken, zal ik maar zeggen. We hebben een UOC voor water en afvalwater. En zo heeft AVEVA ook een UOC ontwikkeld voor de consumer packaged goods. Voor toch ook wel een zeer belangrijke markt de komende jaren verder te evolueren.